Hey everyone, today we're going to give you some great ideas of things to do in the port of Nassau right after this. Hi everyone, John here from Bite Size Cruises. Welcome on back to our channel. If it is your first time here, thanks for coming to check us out. We are here to give you some great information about cruising to make your next cruise an amazing experience. So today we're going to be talking about the port of Nassau, which we talk about a lot and generally not in the best light because we go there a lot. Everyone goes to Nassau a lot. It is one of the easiest ports to get to. It's one of the busiest ports. So what we tried to do is one of our followers said to us, "Hey, imagine this is your first time going to Nassau. Where would you recommend we go?" And I think that's a great idea. So today what we're going to do is we're going to try to shine a positive light on Nassau. So it's not that Nassau is not a good port. It's just that we've been there a lot, and most cruisers and people that cruise a lot go to Nassau all the time. So we go to Nassau usually maybe 10 times a year. So you kind of run out of fun things to do. So today we're going to give you some fresh ideas of things to do in Nassau, so you have a good idea of what's going on in that cute little town there. So they are building a brand new port in Nassau, which they're making fantastic strides on. We were there in December, and then we were back in March, and it's completely different. They built it up so much. So it should be done pretty soon. So it'll be a little easier to get in and out of the port. I think one of the toughest things when you get to Nassau is that little point where you get off your ships, and sometimes there's 4 or 5 ships there, and there's a walkway off into the city of Nassau, and you get bombarded by taxi drivers, people trying to sell you things, take you on tours, all the normal things you see at different islands, but they're all in that one little area. So it kind of gets tough to navigate through that, but hopefully that'll be a little smoother in the upcoming months. So let's talk about things that you can do in Nassau. Obviously, you could take a shore excursion through the cruise lines, but Nassau is a very walkable city. It's easy to get around, so I don't always recommend excursions or tours there. There's also not that many great excursions in Nassau. There's like Blue Lagoon. There's a bunch of different little beach options that you could do, and some of those are really nice. But let's talk about some of the options where you don't have to buy an excursion. You could just go off the ship. So first, let's talk about Fort Fincastle. It is right in the city proper. If you go, this can actually be 2 in 1. If you go into the city, it's very easy to find. You're going to find the Queen's Staircase, which is this massive staircase that goes up. That is amazing in and of itself. You can go to the top of that. From the top of those stairs, you could see a ton of the city and the cruise port and all of that. And then that will take you right up to Fort Fincastle, which is also really cool. I recommend going and doing both of those at the same time. They're very easy to do. It's like not even a 15-minute walk from the cruise ship. So those are 2 things you could do. If you come into the city when you get off the cruise terminal, you're going to walk straight. If you walk straight up in a few blocks, you're going to make a right. You will be at Grey Cliff. So Grey Cliff is a hotel and restaurant there. It is a beautiful hotel and restaurant. And also in that little area of Grey Cliff, there's a winery. There's a cigar factory. There's a chocolate factory. They make hand-rolled cigars there. You can go in and check it out, which is really cool. Highly recommend going there. You could smoke a cigar there if you want, and just wander around that little area. There's a bunch of different shops, and like I said, there's a winery there, so you could try different things. There's a few bars, so that's something fun you could do where it's not going to cost you an exorbitant amount of money to go right into the city there and just wander around. That is generally where we go if we do get off and wander around. Sometimes we stay on the ship in Nassau because it's quiet, it's nice. But if you do get off, that's an easy place, and I like to go there, get some chocolates, and hang out. So the next one is Junkanoo Beach. That is a quick beach that you could walk to. It's about 15 minutes from the cruise port. Again, that's the closest beach. It's not the most beautiful beach, but you're in the Caribbean, kind of in the Caribbean. You're in the Bahamas. It's a really nice day. If it's a really nice day, you could just wander down there. You really don't need anything. You could take a cab as well. It's like a 2-minute cab ride. So then a few more, and these are going to be a little more pay options. You could do Resort Pass or Resort for a Day, any of those, and go to Atlantis. You can always do an excursion for Atlantis as well. On the cruise ship, but you could do a day pass. It is expensive at Atlantis, especially for the aqua park. It's going to be like $200 and some per person. The aquarium there is spectacular. The aqua park is really nice. There's like a 5-mile lazy river around the resort, which is incredible, but that is pretty expensive. But if you have never been to Atlantis and you want to go check it out, that is a good way to do that. A few more are the Bahamas Casino. If you just want to get off and go to the casino and gamble a little bit in the Bahamas, you can get off. You're going to come out to the main strip and make a right. If you head down that way, I would recommend taking a cab. You can go right to the Bahamas Casino and check it out. And that's a big resort as well. And then last but not least, in the Bahamas, you could do a day pass or just go check out Margaritaville, which is pretty new. Again, very walkable. If you come out on the main street there, you're going to make a right and you could just walk straight down to Margaritaville. So that is an easy one too. And then obviously when you get off the cruise port, they have in pretty close proximity, if you go to the right again there, you're going to walk to the straw markets if you want to get some souvenirs. There are tons of souvenir shops in the main street there. Tons of bars and restaurants. There are tons of really good restaurants right in the first little strip there where all the little other straw markets are. So there are a ton of things to do there in Nassau. I think sometimes we just get spoiled because, well, as people that cruise a lot, we're there a lot. So it's not a port where we're like, oh, it's, Bermuda's, a little prettier where they have the pink sand beaches. And there are other ports in different places where you go to where it's the first time there, second time there. So you want to try things out. So we try to keep a bright side on Nassau. There are a lot of fun things to do there. So go check it out. Explore Nassau a little bit. I think you can pretty much get around to anywhere that you want to go within 5 or 10 minutes by cab or 15, 20-minute walk. You can get to most of the places that are really fun to get to. So if you have any questions about Nassau, or if you have any comments, any place that you have been that we didn't talk about, throw them in the comments below. We'd love to hear them. Thanks so much. We would love for you to subscribe to our channel. It really does help us out. So thank you again for watching, and we will talk to y'all soon. Thanks so much.